Hello, everyone. Welcome to my live stream. I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a wonderful Mother's Day. Welcome. Now, what are we talking about? Well, I talk about money. I love money. I believe in money. I believe everyone has a right to money. So I use my live stream to help educate people on how they can have prosperity, generational prosperity, and they can have generational wealth. Now, I've spent several weeks educating people about money flow and prosperity from a very high level point of view in regards to countries and companies. And I have found that the individuals watching me in my live stream, there is a disconnect between me talking about a country and a company and their lives. So I've decided to pivot and refocus my live stream to help individuals like you understand what is happening in their life day to day so that you can start making better decisions and you can get on the right side of money flow and you can easily have the prosperity that you seek in a practical, simple, easy way. And you can start building generational wealth. I want to emphasize this. If you've been watching me before, I've been talking about money flow, how money doesn't disappear, money just moves, and you need to move with the money flow. And I've been telling you about countries and companies. Now I'm going to start talking to you about your life. What's happening in your life? Why your life and your bank account looks a certain way so that I can help you get in gear. You can get in alignment with this money flow, have the prosperity that you seek, and you can start moving along to meeting your goals with greater ease and simplicity. Now, my live streams are planned. I have talking points. I am not free flowing. So what does that mean? It means I have a moderator. My moderator sits right here. So if you get muted, I just need you to focus. If you get blocked, you didn't want to be here anyway, so congratulations, you're gone. I need you guys to understand something. Money wants you just like you want money. Money never disappears. Money just moves. And one of the most critical problems that is basically impeding the prosperity of a lot of people around the world is that they have some notions, some ideas that are a part of their value system, and it's actually interfering with your ability to achieve financial prosperity or get paid your value. So if you don't know me, my name is Tara. I am a digital nomad. I work very hard to get these talking points to you guys. So the only thing I need for you to do is to tap that screen and to focus. I also need you to keep your preferences out of my live stream. Keep your religious, your political, your racial, your gender, or whatever else that you're ping-ponging back and forth with. Keep it out of my live stream because we're only going to be focusing on money. Now, what am I talking about today? I am talking about failure. Failure is a big reason why a lot of people are scared of trying something new. And if you're scared of trying something new, guess what? You're not going to be able to get the prosperity that you deserve. You're not going to be able to earn the income that pays you your worth, your value. Are you with me? Welcome to my live stream. How many people are here? 400. I got 400 people here. You and I both know failure is a big problem that a lot of you are dealing with. Either you fail too much or you're scared of failure. I'm going to illustrate to you how working in a job is actually setting you up for a lifetime of failure. If you look at the percentages, you look at the odds, I can tell you by the amount of people that achieve real financial success working as a job, most of you will financially fail. And using debt to supplement your lifestyle does not mean you have achieved financial success. I'm going to repeat that. Some of you got the car, you got the house, you got the clothes, you got the vacation, and you got the debt. That is not financial prosperity. So if you're watching me, I'm going to give you another glimpse of another world. You see, the difference between this reality and another reality is a simple decision. Did you hear me? The reality that you're living, paycheck to paycheck and or with debt, and living a life with true prosperity and being cash rich, the only difference between the two is a decision. You're the same person, but you can become a different person who makes better decisions. So if you want to hear my live stream, I need you to tap. I work hard for this. I work hard to inform you. If you're ready to engage with me, you need to tap the screen because I'm a very demanding woman, because I bring you hardcore facts, and I'm going to help you make sense of what has not made sense. I'm going to repeat. There's some things in your life that have not made sense in regards to your success. Thank you, Dorothy, your prosperity and your financial success. And I'm going to shed some light for you today to help you see that your actions are deserving you and you're actually working against being paid your value and having the financial money that you want in your bank account. Now, here's one of the most fundamental problems. You are trading time for money. Did you hear me? You're trading time for money. Either you're getting paid by the hour or you're getting paid salary, which is mean you have to work a certain amount of hours. You see, that never works because the value that you're adding is much higher than what you're getting paid. I'm going to repeat. You don't work. You don't get paid. And even if you are a salary employee, you and I both know you are working more than 40 hours a week. You are working at home. You're working on vacation. You're working probably in your car. So what I'm trying to tell you is even if you are a salary employee and you're making good money, you're not making good money because there's some hidden costs and sunken costs and which you are not accounting for, which essentially is probably having you getting paid close to the poverty line. Now I have 400 people in my live stream and I know damn well if TikTok has recommended it to you, you're interested in money. So why is it that I'm asking a second and a third time for almost 400 people to tap this screen when you and I both know you are curious as to your financial success and what has stood in the way and why you have been encountering failure? There's no judgment here. This is a place where we're going to help each other. Hello, welcome Money on My Mind. This is a place where we're going to help each other. This is a no judgment zone. This is a money zone. And if you believe in money, this is what you're going to do. Hey, Big, guess what, Big? Deuces, Big. I don't have time for the bullshit. Mama, relax. I want you to write that down because guess what, Big? You just got blocked and those words will get blocked. I don't have time for foolishness, guys. I need people who are serious. And dude saying, Mama, relax. Mama, relax. You can take your broke money and your broke mindset and you can scroll to another live stream because I'm not the one to play. I'm here for people who really want to feel different in their life. Now, I want you to imagine a life where you are not trading time for money. I want you to imagine a life in which you're actually getting paid your value. Let me explain to you. There are people who are coaches. There are people who are consultants. There are people who are advisors. And they get paid for the value that they add. Thank you, Money on My Mind. They get paid for the value that they add. What does that mean? There are people who do advisory type of work, and they actually bill their client. Thank you, doctor, off of the amount of money they either save their client or they earn their client, which means they earn a percentage. Now, I want you to imagine if you were able to earn a percentage of the amount of money that you're earning the company that you work for. Some of you are earning your companies $500,000, $1 million, $10 million. Imagine if you earned a percentage of the money that you brought to that company. Do you understand how that would change your financial prospects? Imagine this. You are working by the hour. You're getting paid $30 an hour. Or you're getting paid, let's say you're getting paid $5,000 a month because you're on salary. Imagine if you earned a percentage of the amount of money you saved the company. Thank you for the gift. Or you earned a percentage on the amount of money you made the company. Does that make sense? You're earning $5,000 a month and you just helped secure a $5 million deal, a $500,000 deal, and you're earning $5,000 a month. Do you see how this paradigm, this system is working against you? And when you trade time for money, An employer is never going to pay you your value because you're there to serve them. How many people are here? You can't be spacing out on me, guys. I'm just getting started. I got 206. I have over 200 people. I need you to sit with me on this. I cannot help you achieve the financial prosperity that you're seeking without you understanding some basic flawed decision making. And I know what I'm saying is shocking. And I know you probably haven't been able to figure this out, but I'm here to shed some light with you. You are working click, clock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. You're clocking in the hours and you're not clocking in the money. The money that you're saving or making that company, you are getting paid less than a fraction of what you are worth. Does that make sense? If you have the skill sets and the knowledge to save a company $500,000 or earn them $1 million, why are you earning $50,000 a year? Some of you are not even earning $50,000 a year. Why are you doing that? Now, imagine instead of working 8 to 12 hours a day, imagine if you only had to work 2 hours a day and you could pay your bills. Right now, you're working 8 hours a day, 40 plus hours a week, and you still cannot pay your bills. Now, on the other side, imagine all you needed to work was 2 hours a day and you could get your bills paid. Which scenario makes sense? Working 40 plus hours a week and still trying to figure out which bills are going to be paid this week? Or working 2 hours a day, having no income cap, and getting your bills paid like that? Tell me which reality makes sense. That's a real question. Busting your behind for 40 to 60 hours a week, and you having to play guess which bill gets paid, or you have a 2-hour workday, unlimited income potential, and you're able to pay your bills with ease. Which situation makes sense? Because let me tell you the difference between the two. You're here with the 2-hour workday, and you're here with the 8 to 12-hour workday. The difference between those two different things is a decision. You're the same person. You have the same income opportunities as anyone else. The difference between a 60 to 80-hour work week and don't have enough money, or a 2-hour workday, is a decision. You are limiting your ability to prosper because of a lack of awareness and a lack of understanding. I am a woman of common sense. If it doesn't make sense, it's not going to make you money. And if you're not making money and you're having to spin the bottle on which bill gets paid, I'm telling you that doesn't make sense. Because if you've been watching my live stream, I've shown you story after story how countries and companies are making moves to follow money flow. Now I'm telling you, there's a fine line. There's a veil between being poor and being prosperous. There's a veil. It's very thin. You can penetrate that veil with a simple decision. You choose what type of reality do you want. Do you want to resist money? You want to struggle with money? You want to work hard for no money? Or do you want to realign yourself, change your mindset, and look at money and opportunities very differently? So the first thing I've illustrated to you is trading time for money will never pay you your value. Now, second, some of you don't know your value. If I told some of you to imagine having a 2-hour workday and you being able to earn $2,000 a month off of a 2-hour workday every day, some of you can easily imagine that. Some of you are like, whoa, 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 whoa. So let me tell you what that means. Everyone's value, personal value is different. We're at different learning curves. Some people have a shorter learning curve. Some people have a greater expectation right now. It doesn't matter what your money expectations are or what your definition of prosperity. If your definition of prosperity is $2,000 and you feel rich, guess what? You're rich. If your definition of prosperity is $20,000 in a month, then guess what? That's your definition. But what I'm trying to tell you is that if you're trading time for money, and trading time for money is not making you feel rich, cash rich, real rich, and you're in debt, you're doing it wrong. Next, trading time for money, if it does not allow you to scale your income without breaking your back, without going into debt, and without taking more from you, guess what? You're doing it right. But if you're earning more money, you're losing your peace of mind, you're losing your health, you're possibly losing your family, you still can't pay your bills, and you have no time to think. Does that make sense? Guys, this is an interactive live. I'm an intense woman. I love money. I get excited. This is an interactive live. Does it make sense that the money that you're receiving is sucking you dry? Because money doesn't suck you dry. Bad decisions suck you dry. Working and time-wasting opportunities that are fundamentally a dead end, that is not good. What makes sense? Feeling rich, cash rich, and being cash rich, or being cash poor and feeling depleted and deprived? Which one makes sense? Because the difference between those two situations is a 60 to 80 hour work week or a 14-hour work week. I'm going to repeat. One situation got you working 40 to 80 hours a week. You're still cash poor. And then you have another situation which requires a 2-hour workday, 7 days a week, which is 14 hours a week. There's no limit on your income. You have time freedom, you have money freedom, and you can pay your bills with a lot more ease. Which situation makes sense? Tell me, 60 hours a week or 14 hours a week? 60 hours a week, still can't pay your bills, or 14 hours a week and your bills are paid with ease, with grace, with joy. Did you hear me? With ease, with grace, with joy. Your bills are paid and you're grateful and you're celebratory and you're happy and you're hungry for life and you have the time to live life. You have the time to think. You have the time to explore. And you have the time to spend the money. Imagine. Which one? 60 to 80 hours a week? And you're trying to guess what bill gets paid this month? And you're angry, you're bitter, you're tired, or you're happy. You feel blessed. You feel joyous. You feel privileged. You feel like your time has finally come. Which one makes sense? Because both of those realities exist. I'm going to say this again and again. The only difference between these situations is a decision. Your decision. Do you choose to keep doing something that is keeping you cash poor? Or do you make a choice to put you in a situation that turns you cash rich? You're the same person. You're the same person. I need you to sit with that. And some of you are saying, how can I be the same person? You are. The only difference is your bank account. And why does your bank account look different? Because you made a decision that made a change. Are you still with me? Because we're talking about money. We're fundamentally talking about money. Okay? Let me know if I can proceed. Okay? If you're ready for me to go a little deeper, tap that screen. Okay? This is an interactive live. Okay? You want me to tell you how to get prosperity. You want to understand why you have been failing. You want me to uncover the sabotage, the obstacles, the hindrances that have been in your way, and you haven't been able to understand why in Sam hell can't I get ahead? No matter how long and how hard I work, I'm going to break it down for you. So time for money, bad idea. Now, next, comfort over risk taking. Comfort. Boy, boy, boy. Comfort, comfort, comfort. There's something about complacency. Complacency. When you have a 9-to-5 job or a, 12 to 12, you work 12-hour shifts, 8-hour shifts, whatever. When you have an employee type of job, you tend to get complacent because they need you to be complacent. They don't want you to think too much. They just want you to do what they tell you to do. So what happens is that you get in some type of rut. You get into a day-to-day rut. And if I know I'm tapping nerves, I'm hitting home. So if I'm hitting home, you got to tap, 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 tap. You go to work, okay? You try to bring your ideas, your opinions, your innovations. And at the end of the day, 8 times out of 10, they don't want to hear it. They want you to do what you're told and what they're paying you to do. And they want you to work as long as they expect you to work. That's what they expect. So what happens is that you just settle. You settle your behind in this day-to-day rut, which is your life. And you think it's comfortable because you wake up, you get ready, you drive, you sit in traffic, you go to your job, you have lunch, you finish working, you go back in traffic, you come home, and you wonder, why am I bored? Why do I feel depleted? Why do I feel that I'm missing out on life? Because they've told you in this job that you have that they're going to give you comfort. But that comfort is not really comfort because you're miserable. You feel deprived. You feel depleted. You feel that life is passing you by. You feel unappreciated. You feel unacknowledged. You feel stuck. You feel stifled. You feel suffocated. But you stay there because you know it. So you're comfortable. You're comfortable with discomfort. Did you hear me? You have signed yourself up to be comfortable in discomfort. You're living paycheck to paycheck. You don't have enough to pay your bills. You're having to choose between food, lights and gas, food, gas in the car, food, get your car fixed, food, paying for daycare, food, paying for your kids' shoes. You're comfortable in discomfort. Does that make sense? Where you have chosen to be comfortable in an uncomfortable situation. Does that make sense? You and I both know you can't pay your bills. You and I both know you're using debt to bridge the gap. You and I both know your bank account and your bills give you anxiety, stress, and possibly sleepless nights. Yet, you believe you're comfortable. Does that make sense? That's a real question. I told you I bring it, guys. Is that really comfort? Does that make sense? Yes or no? Now, I know I've blocked a lot of keywords in my life, but I can tell you this. Yes and no is something you can definitely write. Does that, hi, Miss Texas, does that make sense? No, it does not make sense. You think you have comfort when you have set yourself up for decades of discomfort. And the longer you do this, the worse it gets. The more mature you get, the more bills you get, the bigger your family gets, the more the discomfort gets. The more you feel like you can't breathe. You can't get ahead. You don't know where to turn. So when you choose to have a job and you think you have comfort, you're not comfortable. You're living a life of financial discomfort. Now, on the other side, you have risk-taking. You are taught that risk-taking is risky business. You are taught that having something of your own, creating something of your own is not for everybody. It's not everybody's cup of tea. Only certain people have the stomach, the temperament, the luck, the opportunities, the connection to take a little bit of risk to get ahead, okay? So as an employee, they want you to prioritize your job stability, which does not exist. They want you to prioritize your job stability over opportunities with higher rewards. So your job is molding you to thinking that you're stable, to thinking that you're comfortable, to thinking that you're safe, when you and I both know your bank account shows that you're not. People getting laid off with a moment's notice proves that you're not. And people who retire broke proves that you were not safe and you're not comfortable. So now, here's another question. What makes sense? If you had an opportunity to have your own business where there was no guesswork, there was essentially no risk taking, it was set up for you step by step, beginner friendly, to achieve the financial success that you want, and all you have to do is follow a roadmap, a blueprint. You don't even have to really think. All you have to do is follow the directions. Where do you have greater safety? Do you have greater safety being reliant on a job that can dispose of you at any moment, cut your income at any moment, demote you at any moment, steal your special projects that are supposed to get you a promotion at any moment? Are you safe there? Or are you safer having your own business, which is already set up for your success? You can hit the ground running and you will be showed and taught what you need to do step by step. Chippa, you want meat, Chippa. Chippa, you want meat. When you and I both know you're watching me because you need money to buy the meat. Hold on. Chippa, you're in my live stream. You could be someplace else. You can be someplace else that's wasting your time and dulling your brain cells. Chippa, you hear me? You could be watching any other live stream, but you're here, trying to revive the 2 brain cells you got. 2. That's almost on 1 brain cell. And instead of you being quiet and figuring out how you can earn some more money to buy some meat, you're trying to rush me. Let me tell you what your rights are in my live stream. You have the right to focus, learn, and leave comments on topic, or you have the right to get blocked and squeeze out the rest of those brain cells that you may or may not have left. Do I make myself clear? Write that down so I can block it. How's that for some meat? How is that for some meat? Okay? You need to be quiet. I'm not the woman to play with, okay? I'm not the woman to play with. I am sick. I am sick still. And I'm here trying to help people who want to help themselves. You can take your meatless, non-money buying behind and you can go someplace else. Are we clear? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Now back on the topic. Imagine being able to secure your own interests. Being able to work for yourself. And not having to deal with the failure, the normal pitfalls, the normal obstacles that would go with risk-taking. You see, risk-taking is not a problem. Not being able to make decisions that will minimize your risk and safeguard your interest is the problem. I'm going to repeat. You got comfort versus risk-taking. Risk-taking is something that is scary to a lot of people because it's unknown. It's the unfamiliar. You're familiar with showing up, working in a mindless job, suffering, getting paid every 2 weeks, and hoping for the future to possibly be better. But when I'm telling you risk-taking is not as risky business as you think, and actually working in a job is more risky. They just hide it. They veil it. Consider this. You have a way, an opportunity to start your own business. You don't have to create anything. You don't have to guess. There's no trial and error. There's no wasting money. There's no saving face. There's no explaining why you can't get ahead. It's as simple as landing on a brick road, following signs on a road that will walk you to your financial success. Is that risky? If you're being taught how to earn 6-figure income and it's a proven way to work, I'm asking you, who in your life at your job is teaching you how to earn 6-figure income? That's a real question. Is your boss teaching you how you can earn six-figure income? Nobody. Now, what if I told you there was a way for you to learn how to earn six-figure income without guessing? That's a powerful thing. No one is teaching most of you how to actually earn six-figure income without going broke, without risking your well-being, without you wasting your time, without you spending your wills. No one's doing that. So if I'm telling you there's a way for you to learn how to earn six-figure income, there's no guesswork. You don't have to do it alone. You don't have to create anything. All you have to do is follow step by step a proven blueprint to your six-figure success. That makes your job look a little differently now, does it? If you know there's a proven blueprint to a six-figure income that will teach you how to scale to six-figure income, and it doesn't waste your time, and it doesn't waste your money, it makes you look at your job completely different. See, that is the value of having awareness, and that is the value of having understanding. You're the same person. The only difference between this you, which is cash rich you, and cash poor you, is a decision. Hello, welcome to it's a decision. Do you work for 60 to 80 hours a week and you keep trying to pick which bills you're going to pay? Or are you going to take 2 hours out of your day, 2 hours out of your day to focus on something that will teach you how to earn six figures and get to profit mode like that? That is called freedom. And that is how you actually work your way to success instead of failure. Because trading time for money will lead you to failure, financial failure. Comfort, employee comfort will lead you to financial failure. You have to take some version, a little bit of risk taking. And I don't think it's risk taking when you're betting on yourself. You see, you can't fail you. Let me tell you how. You wake up every day. You feed yourself, you clothe yourself, you find your way to your job, or you're looking for a new job. Whether you're making a lot of money or not, you're showing up. The only problem with what you're doing is that the money does not match your efforts. But if the money can surpass your efforts, then you're winning. I'm going to tell you. You want to know why you're financially failing? You're showing up every day. Whether you're paid a lot or not, you are busting your ass. The only problem with this situation is that the money does not match or surpass your efforts. If I told you there's a way for the money to match or surpass your efforts, that is how you go from cash poor to cash rich. There's nothing wrong with you. It's a simple decision making. I need you to sit with what I am saying. Sit with it. Let it marinate like a tea bag. Okay? I'm hot water. I'm putting some tea in you. Listen to me. I'm giving you some tea. I'm telling you there's nothing wrong with you. If you hear me, tap that screen. I don't care how much you have failed, and I don't care how little money you have earned. Do you hear what I said? There's nothing wrong with you. The only thing that's wrong is the decision. It's a simple decision. And that is what can change your life. You need, guys, if I could shake this phone, I would shake the phone. Okay, here, I'm shaking the phone. You see that? I'm shaking the phone. I am shaking you. There is nothing wrong with you. There's only a small decision that is make or break. Make or break. You've been making one tiny decision that's wrong, and that's been breaking you financially. But if you made a different decision, you can make money. There is nothing wrong with you. It's just decisions. Risk-taking isn't wrong when you're betting on yourself. Now, some of you are saying, I bet on myself, but I lost. No, you didn't bet on yourself. You bet on other things. And that's why the money doesn't match. For example, you've done multi-level marketing, building teams. You and I both know. No. You've done drop shipping. Again, if you don't have certain analytical skills, you're not going to be able to realize that some of the things are more grind than money. You've been betting on things that were more grind and hustle and not enough money. Affiliate marketing, you got to advertise. Network marketing, you got to be out and about. You haven't been taught certain things when it comes to financial knowledge, financial education. And when you don't have certain financial knowledge and education, you don't account for hidden costs, like your time, like you driving, like you getting ready for work. If you're doing network marketing, guess what? You're talking to this person, you're driving here, you're on the phone, you're emailing, you're calling. That costs money. So you're working for things that are still not paying your value. That is what I mean. It's not because you're wrong. It is not because there's something wrong with you. It's because, one, a decision making, and two, there was some information that you didn't have. That changes the game overnight. It's like one of your favorite NBA players. They had a bad night. They watch a replay. They see where they mess up, and they come back to the next game and they score. That's what this is. So some of you have branded yourself as being doomed financially, and I'm telling you, you're not doomed. Cash rich, cash poor. You're the same person. It's just a decision, okay? So imagine you made a decision to be cash rich. Imagine you made a decision to work less, earn more. Imagine that you made a decision that betting on you is not a risk. Imagine if you made a decision that your employer is a scandalous SOB and your employer has been playing you and playing you well and playing you for a long time. Imagine if you decided that staying in a job was riskier than betting on yourself. You need more proof. Need I remind you about your bills? Your salary does not keep up with your bills. Your salary is not paying you your value, your worth. That sounds like risky business to me. Does that sound like risky business to you? You give your sweat, your tears, you sacrifice family time. You're not with your kids. You're not with your husband and your wife. You can't go on vacation. There's a lot of things you can't do. Yet you show up at that job and you don't think that's risky. You have to beg for a promotion. You have to hope for a raise. And then you have to wait for the end of the year bonus to try to make up to pay off some of your debt. Does that sound like risky business to you? Tell me what makes sense. What you're doing doesn't make sense. Yes or no? Can you turn down the temperature? Does it make sense? I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense. If you have to wait for an end of the year bonus in hopes that you can buy Christmas gifts, in hopes that you can pay off some of your debt, you're hoping that your boss left and they will give you a promotion that you've been waiting 10, 15 years for, and guess what? They give it to someone else. Does that sound risky? Does that sound risky? You don't get what you work for. You don't get what you've earned. You've paid your dues, yet you think you're safe. Now imagine this. There's no boss. There's no promotions. There's no begging for a raise. There's no waiting for an end of year bonus. Imagine that, because the money is coming in. Imagine getting paid daily. Imagine earning 100% of the profits, earning 100% of the revenue. Imagine that. Working for yourself with a business that's already created, it's already set up, and you hit the ground running. Tell me what makes sense. My life is about what makes sense. What makes sense? What makes sense? Do you see how your actions have put you in a situation where you're financially failing? Tap that screen if you hear me. What you've been doing, you've been taught to do, you've been showed to do, you've been told to do. Can you see now why you've been financially failing? If you understand me, please tap the screen, okay? Because I'm telling you, I'm going to say this again. There's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. There's never been anything wrong with you. There's never been anything wrong with you. You have just been misled, misinformed. You've been taught things that are not true. Money does not discriminate. Money goes to the people who are positioned in the right way to receive this money. And I'm telling you, as an employee, you are not favorably positioned to receive the cash flow and or to get paid your value. As an employee, you are not strategically positioned to have prosperous money flow come to you with ease, because your employer and your boss are gatekeepers. They are cash blocking. Your employer and your boss are cash blockers. Cash blockers. And you understand what I'm saying. And as long as you work for another company, you will continually be cash blocked. That's just how it works. Because the money is being redirected to the owner. That's why it's critical for you to have your own. Because when you have your own, ask Kia, go to my profile. Because when you have your own and you are set up for your success, when that train leaves the station, it's ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. You know how a train is on the tracks, and trains make a certain sound? You know the sound that a train makes on the tracks? That's what it sounds. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And for some of you, it's called ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding is the sound when a strike payment comes through and you just earn $600 off of one customer. I'm going to repeat. Anyone who's heard a train on the track, you know a train makes a certain sound. Now, I want you to imagine that to be ka-ching. Because when you realize your value and you realize you're doing it wrong and you're realizing that you could earn $600, $900 off of a 2-hour workday, oh, I just shocked y'all. Tap that screen. I'm at 8.8 likes. I'm at 8.8K likes. I know and you know that I'm bringing you value. How many people are on my live? I got 220. You and I both know I'm adding value. Okay? You turn the temperature down for me. You and I both know I'm adding value. I need you to work with me. Turn it down. I need you to work with me. This is life-changing, mind-changing information, and I need you to connect with me so I can make sure you get it. I just told you a 2-hour workday. Imagine off of a 2-hour workday, you just made $900 before noon. Imagine off of a 2-hour workday, a $2,000 amount, a $2,000 amount just got deposited in your bank account because you just got 3 sales from yesterday off of a 2-hour workday. Now you're saying, how in Gravy Train? Yeah, how in Gravy Train is that possible? It's real. It's real. This is what I'm trying to illustrate to you guys. So when I'm sitting here talking to you about, 1, there's nothing wrong with you. There's never been anything wrong with you. 2, cash poor you and cash rich you are the same people. It's just a decision making. And 3, I'm showing you why you're financially failing at your job. Not because you can't get this money. Not because you're not meant to have this money. It's because you haven't made a decision to have the money. Because you keep doing things that says, I want to be cash poor. I told you your boss is a cash blocker. Your employer is a cash blocker. So if you choose to spend your time, energy on cash blocking opportunities, how are you going to see $2,000 payday off of a 2-hour workday? Does that make sense? You work for a cash blocker. Your cash blocking job is not going to show you that money. The only way that job is going to pay you that money is if you work, 24 hours straight? Some of you make, let's say, $30 an hour. You got to work almost 24 hours. You have to work almost 24 hours in a day, 20 to 24 hours in a day for you to earn $600. And even after your tax, even after the IRS taxes you, you're not going to walk away with $600. That's another problem with being an employee. As an employee, you're taxed the highest. So me, I'm a business owner, right? I'm a business owner. Let's say I earn $600. I earn $600 off of one customer. By the time I have my write-offs, my deductions, I'm paying much less than you. I'm still earning more money than you, and I work less than you. So does it make sense what you're doing? You're working 8 hours to 12 hours a day, and you're still not making $600 a day. You work 8 to 12 hours, and you still don't earn $600 a day. If I told you I work 2 hours, and I just earned $600, you tell me what makes sense. Now, some of you are saying, how? I already told you, go to my profile. What are you doing? Life is simpler than you think. There is a simplicity to money. There's a simplicity to success. But the first thing you have to learn how to do, you have to avoid dead-end opportunities, and you have to avoid time-wasting opportunities. I'm going to say this again. You have to avoid dead-end opportunities, cash-blocking opportunities you have to avoid, and time-wasting opportunities. You have tried to build a business, build a side hustle, build success on things that are cash blockers, time wasters, and dead ends. And you're trying to figure out why you haven't been able to get ahead. It's not because of you. It's not because you are not worthy. It's not because money is avoiding you. It's not because you're cursed. It's because of a simple decision. You have spent your time on things that are not what they seem, that are geared to keep you financially dependent and financially broke. As an employee, you are dependent on someone else. And true prosperity requires you to have financial independence, financial freedom. You cannot be cash rich and work for someone else. Because even if you're making six-figure income from your job, they essentially own you. Thank you, believe they own you. And when they decide to lay you off and you can't replicate that income, you're up shit's creek. Let me give you an example. I know plenty of people who are high-priced consultants. High-priced consultants. What do I mean? They make $200 plus an hour. Okay, you with me? Let me know if you hear me. There are high-priced independent consultants who make $200 plus an hour. Now, some of you are saying, oh man, yeah, it's real, people. I'm telling you it's real. Just imagine $200 an hour. These people have Ivy League degrees, highly educated. They've worked for some of the Big 10 consulting firms. They're connected. All of a sudden now, because the economy is in a recession, most of these high-priced consultants can't even get a job as a project coordinator. You want to know why? Because they're financially dependent on a large corporation to pay them those wages instead of having another way that is more feasible, that works for them, and make sure that their financial interests are protected. This is the problem when you're financially dependent on one or two different employers or clients. When you put your eggs all in one basket and that basket breaks, that basket falls, it doesn't matter if you're highly educated or you are a low-skilled employee, you run into the same problem because you are one or two trick pony. And when you're a one or two trick pony, you are at the mercy of the companies that you have been enriching. And this is another reason of why your financial success has been eluding you. I need y'all to understand that you are not failures. You are not failures. Your decisions have failed you, but you are not a failure. Listen to what I just said. I speak very clearly. And if you heard what I said, please tap the screen. You are not and have never been a failure. Your decision making has failed you. Some of you are scared to try something new because you have basically gave yourself a crown of failing at life. And I'm telling you, no, 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 no. Your decision making has set you up for failure. Your lack of understanding has put you in a financial struggles. If you change your decision, you change your financial circumstances. Are you with me? Good. Now, I want you to imagine this, okay? While you go to work, okay, Monday's tomorrow for all of you. Some of you are going to work on Monday tomorrow. When you go to work, I want you to imagine this. When you go into work and you're sitting there, I want you to imagine that you're building the assets. You're building the assets of your company. Now, while you're sitting there, I want you to imagine me. You are sitting there 8 to 12 hours. You're building the assets of the company you work for. Now, I want you to imagine that instead of being at that job, you were sitting in your office and you were working 2 hours a day and you were building not assets, you were building bank, you were building cash for you. And your workday was only 2 hours long. Did you hear me? You're sitting at a job for 8 hours, 12 hours. I want you, when you show up to your job on Monday tomorrow, I want you to imagine that you're sitting at your office. It could be in your home. It could be wherever. Imagine you're sitting in your office. And instead of working 8 to 12 hours, you only have a 2-hour workday. And by 3 o'clock, you just made $1,600 off of your 2-hour workday. Now, your 2-hour workday can start at 8 a.m. It can start at noon. It can start at 1 o'clock in the morning. It can start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Just imagine, 2-hour workday. And you just cleared $1,600 off of your time, off of your value, off of 1 day of work, which is 2 hours. And that money, 100% of it is your revenue. 100% of those profits are yours. That money is going to be deposited in your bank account the next day. And you just realize, man, I got 22 more hours of my day and I got $1,600 in my bank account getting ready to be deposited. What am I going to do with my time? Now, some of you may take a nap because you haven't had a full night's sleep in the last 30 years. Some of you will book the first flight in some remote destination because the only thing you want to hear are birds chirping because you've had enough of human beings in corporate America. Some of you say, man, I think I can pay off my car. Imagine that. Now, here's another situation I want you to imagine. Some of you have been using debt to bridge the gap between your paycheck and income. I want you to imagine being able to pay $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 of your debt off within a few months. How? Let me tell you how. Because you have high value, high demand digital products. And when you have high demand digital products, you earn hundreds of dollars off of one customer. So let's say you earn $600 off of this customer and $300 off of this customer. You had two customers and you just earned $900 off of 2 customers. Now, some of you were saying, hot drippy damn, did I just earn $900 off of 2 customers? When you have high value, high demand digital products, and you have an automated business that works for you 24/7, that changes the game. You see, let me tell you the secret to a 6-figure income, a very simple secret. 1, you don't create anything. Stop creating stuff. When you sit around and create stuff, you are actually stacking the odds against you to build momentum for financial success. I'm going to repeat. Some of you guys, you like to create stuff. Creating things are good. But if you're not financially rich, cash rich right now, it is not effective of your time to recreate the wheel because you want to get to profit mode as soon as possible. Next, online businesses. Online businesses are real. They're legit. But here's the thing. You want an online business that's proven to work, that's proven to hit the ground running and proven to produce profits. Next, You want high value, high demand digital products, which means they're proven to sell. They add a lot of value, and you're able to earn hundreds of dollars off of one customer, 100% of the revenue, and 100% of the profits. Next, when you have an automated business, you don't have to work 24/7 because your automated business has automated streams of income. Automated streams of income are like you working 3 to 4 jobs. Instead of you working 3 to 4 jobs, your automated business and your automated streams of income, they're working for you even when you're sleeping. That's what type of business you want. You want a business that has no monthly expenses. You want a business where there's no cold calling, no emailing, no DMing, no chasing. You want a business where there's no marketing and no advertising. You want a business with no inventory. You want a business that basically runs itself while you're living life. So when my live stream says, work less, earn more, this is how you work less and earn more, because you have an automated business working behind you. It only requires 2 hours of your time. The digital products that are offered are worth hundreds of dollars. You earn 100% of the revenue, 100% of the profits. You're paid daily, and you're taught to master a 2-hour workday. This is how you scale to a 6-figure income, and this is how you replace your 9-to-5 income with real money. This is completely different. You're wasting time. You're wasting energy. You're wasting money, and you're failing unnecessarily. Failure does not have to be a part of your future. Poverty does not have to be a part of your future. Disappointment, resentment, being despondent, and having to pick and choose what bills get paid, you can choose to have that gone by a simple decision. You have cash poor you, and you have cash rich you. And the only difference between both of those situations is a decision that you made. Do you work 2 hours a day and have unlimited income potential, $600 a day, $900, $2,000 a day of income? Or do you keep working 8 hours and barely make 100, barely make 200? There's people working 2 hours a day, earning $600 plus. You're busting your behind 8 hours, 12 hours a day, and you're not even getting close to that money. There's people who work 2 hours a day, earn 6 figures, and they pay less taxes than you. You're busting your ass for 60 to 80 hours a week. The IRS takes a good portion of your money, and you're scrambling. What makes sense? Seeing your success and not being blocked by cash? Or do you show up to work knowing you're going to be cash blocked? What do? Anyone who's serious, you will go to my profile. My website's there. This is real. Now, I'm getting ready to go live in about 15 more minutes, and I'm going to go into more of the reasons why people are not financially succeeding in their 9-to-5 job. But I hope I've pointed out to you what makes sense. There's some things that you're doing that are disservice to you, that are going to keep you financially dependent, and it's going to keep you cash poor. There's no reason why you're living in debt. You don't have to live in debt. You can have that debt paid off like that. You can also stop buying homes with loans. You need to be paying cash. If your dream is to own a home, you need to pay cash for it. Stop taking out loans. Stop taking out loans for cars. You need to pay cash. And if you can't pay cash, I just told you how you could. When you take out a loan, you're paying more money than what that product is worth. When you have cash, it's a different game. You understand? When you have financial intelligence and financial information and you have financial prosperity, it changes your buying habits. It changes your lifestyle. Also, some of you work in a job because you says, I need benefits. I need a retirement account. Did you know that you can have a retirement account and being a business owner? You don't have to work for an employer to set up a retirement account. There are tax advantage retirement accounts that exist for business owners. that actually minimizes some of your taxes. Did you hear me? Some of you are saying, I work in a job because I need a 401k. I'm telling you, you can set up your own retirement account working for yourself that actually helps to minimize your tax bill, and it helps you get ahead financially. Now, some of you are saying, I need a job because I need health care. I'm sorry, you can buy your own health care as a business owner. You didn't know that? You earn enough money. You have your own business. You don't have to rely on an employer. You're taking lower wages for benefits. When I'm telling you, you can have higher wages and still pay for the same benefits you need. You can pay for your life insurance. You can pay for your retirement. You can pay for your medical. You can pay for all that and still have cash rich. I hope I've taught you something. Having ownership and having your own business is going to be the swiftest, the easiest, the simplest way for you to have the prosperity and the generational wealth that you want. You have to decide which version of you you're going to be. Are you going to continue to be the cash poor version of you? Or are you going to make one decision and become cash rich you? Cash poor, cash rich. You're the same person. The only difference is your decision. What is it going to be? Don't delay. You've already spent 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years doing this. Hi, Quentin, and it's not working. How many more years do you want to see if this is going to work? If you can't pay all your bills within 5 to 15 minutes, and you need hours or days to figure out how to pay your bills, that is the proof you're doing it wrong. Because, baby, I take 15 minutes to pay my bills. Did you hear me? And I'm not even balancing my checkbook. Did you hear me? If you heard me, tap that screen. I take 5 to 15 minutes to pay my bills because I got things to do. I got a life to live. And if you're not paying your bills in 5 to 15 minutes, happy Mother's Day to all you too. Thank you, Quentin. If you're not paying your bills in 5 to 15 minutes and not worrying about balancing your checkbook, thank you. I'm telling you, you're wrong. You need so much money in your bank account that you can worry about balancing your checkbook later because you know your bank balance is never going to go below zero. That's what this is like. And this is for every normal day people. Happy Mother's Day to all of you too. This is the best Mother's Day gift that you can give your mother and to yourself, to go from cash poor to cash rich by a simple decision and a simple change of perspective and basically putting your energy towards something that works for you. You're not working for you. You're working for someone else. And when you start working for you and start using technology that works for you, and get that money directly deposited into your bank account, then you start winning. If you keep trying to do it the same old way, look at the people around you. If you want to have a different type of person around you, you want to have a different lifestyle around you, you want to have people around you who are not worried about paying their bills because they got a flight to catch, they just pay cash for a car, they're going to pay cash for a house, they just bought their mom a new house. If you want to be around that, it's a simple decision making. You're just trying to figure out why you can't get ahead. It's all about decisions, guys. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the time. I will be back tomorrow. I'm hoping tomorrow y'all can give me some better likes because I've had as high as 50,000 likes. And I know and you know this information I'm giving you is life changing. There's no reason why I can get higher likes on some BS. And when it comes to you changing your life and me telling you, you're not the problem. You're not the problem. You've never been the problem. It's just a simple decision making. You and I both know the likes I got on my live are you showing love for yourself. And the lack of likes that I got on my live is telling me that you're not feeling yourself. And I've told you there's nothing wrong with you. And there's never been anything wrong with you. It's just a simple decision. So when you come back and watch me again tomorrow, I expect a better attitude. I expect a better mindset. And I expect more initiative. Because you and I both know there's nothing wrong with you. And if you make a different decision, your bank account will reflect that. Okay? Thank you. Everyone else, go to my profile. Watch my stories. Go to my profile. I'll catch you on the money side. Thank you again, everyone. Have a good night and take care.